Hey guys, Cream Crazy here, and you know what? I'm sorry this is now officially 2 days late, but YouTube fucked me over last time, so therefore all I can entice to blame is on you, the channel the thing that hosts my channel. Anyway, this is in the news, of course. If you've never come across this before, I just pick out interesting factoids of news from the wrestling world and put my opinions out there as such. Now, 3 articles in 3 days came out earlier this week of Matt Hardy. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it will take up all my video time, but he wanted to go to rehab, which is great. He then gets arrested for possession, drug paraphernalia, and in placing a getting a controlled substance. And his girlfriend basically was told that she feels that she got threatened by the police to give them information so they could use a warrant to arrest him and send him to prison. So I'm not going to go into it. I would take up a lot of my time, and I have other more pressing matters to do than talk about Matt Hardy anymore. Because it looks like it's going to be here. It's going to be in rehab. He'll probably get sent to prison. He'll be in safe hands. It'll all work out for him, I hope. Right, let's go on with the news then, shall we? If I do start realising my throat hurts like hell and this lump has appeared right here on my vocal cord area, I'm not too sure what that is, but I'll have it checked out later. Triple H has mentioned in an interview that Ric Flair doesn't know how to walk away from wrestling. Triple H stated that in Ric's mind, it's still 1982, he's on top of the world, he's still young, and he's got lots of money. That's what he thinks. Well, basically, I'll go back to the age-old story of what the hell, Rick? Because what the hell were you doing? I know you taken a lot of roids in the past, obviously to overcome back pain and other things. The fact is, mate, you really should have realised a long time ago what all this lifestyle would do to you. And I said this before, when that article came out, he's got to understand when to quit. Because I know you need it right now, but at the moment, you go in hospital with a torn tricep muscle, and you are actually feeling really banged up, so you can't even wrestle to earn your living. So I'd think twice before you realise it. Triple H, good to know that you put it out there, because it is true. Rick really has to let it go. Because it's 2011, not 1982. So let's hope he understands that and can hopefully learn better from it. And also, Triple H also mentioned in this interview that the UFC needs to evolve its product, not the WWE. Stating that UFC's matches are either too long with guys just lying about or are too short with few punches, a kick, a chokehold, and they're done with. Now, I agree with that for UFC. I don't watch it because you can't immerse yourself in it. They don't last long enough for me to give a shit. Or they do last long enough, but they don't do anything. To me, it doesn't fit for me. But on the other side, Triple H, you do need to evolve the product because every product evolves through all kinds of things. You can't keep the product like this forever, can you? The fans will just go away, won't they? Best thing to do: get rid of backstage politics. Make everyone on an equal pedestal, and so they can actually fight for the championship and feel like they've earned it because they've gone up against everybody, knowing there's no hierarchy. Get rid of shit booking. Get rid of all this crap. Because honestly, if it's internally working fine, everything will work better for you. But obviously, Vince McMahon knows it's how business works and therefore it won't change. But I hope it does because the shit booking, backstage politics, all that crap has to go. And also allowing the guys to create their own gimmicks and sell themselves when they're on TV because they aren't going to do that any other way. You want to create stars for the future, let them sell themselves. Former WWE, ECW, and TNA wrestler Tommy Dreamer has stated in a recent interview that the Divas need more airtime. The two-time ECW champion said that in WWE the Divas need more airtime and storylines. No fuck for that. In TNA they get the airtime. Sometimes the storylines are a bit kooky, but they're still doing a decent job of building up the women. I agree wholeheartedly. The WWE Divas need more airtime. They need more storylines. They need something for us to give a shit about because they're basically the same people all the week, just going out, getting in a cat fight, one punch, couple of roll-ups, a few grapples, and that's it, really. I want something more important. They need more airtime. The TNA, I know I hate them. I know you guys know I hate them as well, but they have done something right with the women's division there. They've at least given them something, a plateau to work on, and it actually isn't half bad. They've actually got good people who can wrestle, so I'm happy for that. It's crazy. Stone Cold Steve Austin was recently asked by Power Slam magazine if he ever sees himself returning to the ring for a match. Austin said, "If I was going to do anything with WWE, I'd do something with CM Punk. I love what he's doing, and there's a lot of parallels. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but if I could cherry pick my opponent and all the stars lined up, I'd love to work a program with him." That's a step forward, Steve. Well done, because I can't wait to see this. I want it. I don't care when, but actually I do care when, because I want to go to WrestleMania next year, the year after next, in 2013, and see this. Because he wants to. That's a good thing. If everything lines up properly, creatively, and both these guys can work their promos together, this will be great. I keep going on about it, I want to see it. Former Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion Claudio Castagnoli is officially with WWE and in FCW under the name Antonio Cesaro. Now, some people think it's a bit generic and a bit shit, but to me, it's awesome. You know why that's an awesome name for me? Because his name, Claudio Castagnoli, fits an Italian theme despite him being Swiss. Yeah, that's a bit of a joke, isn't it? But the fact is, compared to Michael McGillicuddy, Husky Harris, Eli Cottonwood, Lucky Cannon, the names that have come out of FCW in recent times, this is not a bad one. It's way better than the other ones you get. And you know what? I thought of an epic storyline idea for this guy, if before Chris Hero finishes up his paperwork and gets a name himself. He could basically, Claudio could beat the shit out of Santino Marella, because he does actually, because Castagnoli does look a bit scary. He beat the crap out of Marella, basically scare him into shying away from the comedy gimmick, and turn him into a guy who is really rough and mean and aggressive. He could then use the UFC background, MMA background he's got to completely rip people to shreds. That would be great, wouldn't it? It'll fit for me because I think it would work, but you lot out there have opinions. I think Santino's obviously gone too far with this comedy shit now. He probably should just change it and hope for the best, really, because I think that was a good spear. That would be if Cesaro could spearhead that, it would be quite good. Then Hero could pop up, and they could be their tag team that we know they can be as the Kings of Wrestling, obviously. According to WWE's Facebook page, the Muppets will guest star on Raw on Halloween night. Now, there have been a lot of negative reactions towards this, because obviously it's like, oh fuck, they've gone this far down the tubes. The thing is, right, for me, there are two ways I feel about this. One, fuck yeah, because the Muppets are awesome. They're Muppets that were created by Jim Henson, so that makes it great for the start. I grew up with the Muppets from a younger age. Great things to be with. And I actually would love to see what they do. I actually am relishing R-Truth versus Kermit in a basically a verbal shout-off. That would be hysterical. The problem I have with this is, what the hell are they there for? Because, really, I don't understand why they're needed to sell Raw on Halloween. Because, I mean, surely they used to do Halloween costume thingamajigs for the divas, which actually, to be honest with you, could show their imagination, which was quite useful. The only problem that I do see is that this will probably either go down really badly and be quite bad, or it could actually be a piece of genius. The good thing about it is it can encourage the older audiences to pick up this. You know why? Because it's not just the younger... But I've seen a lot of negative stigma saying, oh, what? The Muppets on WWE? Soon they'll get Barney on next. These guys, the Muppets, appealed to older generations as well as new ones. The Muppets have been around since the 1970s, for fuck's sake. Just because they're puppets doesn't mean that they are children's-related things. It's like saying all animation is kid film. Because it fucking isn't. And the same thing applies here. The Muppets could appeal to the 30, 40-year-olds. But obviously, they may not check this out because they think, okay, WWE's a bit shit. Why the fuck are the Muppets on there? It's not going to be a good combination. I won't check it out. You know what? I'll see how this goes down. Could be good, could be bad. Ring of Honor have signed an international syndication deal with Opus Distribution to get Ring of Honor TV around the world. This will probably go to Asian markets, some other markets, I presume. But all I want to know is, tell me where this is going to be on the UK, people. I want Ring of Honor on UK TV, and I don't often say this, but I want it now. Because I want a legitimate reason to watch wrestling knowing I'm watching the pure sick. Because people say to me, oh, WWE isn't pure, isn't the real thing. Well, basically, I want a different wrestling product. I want to immerse myself in wrestling a bit more. Ring of Honor TV will help that. Please, just get Ring of Honor over here ASAP to the UK so I can go completely mental. This would be great, wouldn't it? It'd be fantastic. I'd love a Freeview channel, so like Quest or Pick TV, which is on the TV back behind me if you can see it. I'd love a channel like that to get it, because if Challenge can have TNA, I'd love Ring of Honor to get picked up by a terrestrial channel. That'd be fantastic. Vince McMahon has apparently been irate at Raw this past Monday night after Alberto Del Rio mentioned his name on air. He gave the writer and Del Rio a verbal beating afterwards, and even Stephanie herself couldn't calm him down. It's just, Vince, take a fucking chill pill. Because people, sure, the internet is going to keep this alive, but I bet I'm going to forget about this in a week or so. I didn't even really notice, really. I wasn't really paying attention. I only reminded myself this by looking on the internet. So, you know what? Just take a fucking chill pill. You're not on TV anymore. Just seriously, if anything happens, I don't care. If it turns out to be something great, I won't really give a shit. Just calm the fuck down. You're old. It could lead to a heart attack if you do shit like that. Most you haven't had one now, to be honest. And finally, my biggest problem of the entire week, okay? I found this out today. Basically, I have a reason to shoot off about it. The reason for John Cena regaining the WWE Championship was due to Raw getting a 2.71 in the ratings and sending WWE into a panic to get those lost viewers back. Yeah! Not to mention, there's something else happening here. Beth Phoenix was originally scheduled to win the Divas Championship at Night of Champions. Hooray! But it was changed at the last minute because creative believe that Kelly is starting to go over. No, she fucking isn't. She is not going over at all. I hardly hear too many people cheer for her. It's just, Beth winning in her hometown would have made people give a shit about her if she won in a good way. And Cena winning the title again to get viewers back, it got a 0.30 of viewers back to get back to a 3.0 rating. But it's still a bad idea to give Cena the title because it's more of a shock if Del Rio wins it, you know? Advancement of storyline works out better because Cena having to climb up from the bottom of the rung would be better for it, wouldn't it? Honestly, I think it's a shit idea back when it happened at Night of Champions, but this is the problem. That Cena holding the title has technically shown away viewers. The only reason that WWE has had these problems recently is because you have the conglomerate that is American football, which, to be honest, shouldn't even be called football because it's not even a ball which you kick with your feet. It's fucking hand egg. I keep saying that, but Cena holding the title, it just makes people turn off. It makes me get pissed off, as you're obviously seeing now. I'm sorry to all those John Cena fans, including that guy from Ipswich who recently talked to me. Good to know that a WWE fan is near where I live. Thank fuck for that. But also, I just seriously, Cena with the title, it's happened so many times. He's already a 10-time champion, and I'm thinking they've got to put it on someone else. Because this is obviously a showing. They panicked to put it on a guy who's already had it for so many times. I'd say just give it to Punk again. I'd actually care for that. I want him to win a Hell in a Cell now. But honestly, you shouldn't have just put it on him. Shouldn't have put it on him. Seriously. And guys, on that anger bombshell, I'm going to end this in the news video with the hope it uploads. So if you're watching this, thank fuck it's uploaded. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's not the best, but I am very tired. I have to get up for college in 7 hours' time, so good, I gotta sleep. Remember, if you haven't subscribed yet already, buttons up there. Comment section if you want to put your views. Click on the channel link up there. and you can go to my Q&A moderator. I've got some great questions in the last week. Thank you guys so much for those. Remember, keep them wrestling related. I've been Cream Crazy. You've been people watching. This is very late in the news, and I will see you hopefully on Sunday for my next rant on what is the best Hell in a Cell match. That should be great. See you then.